Welcome everyone, it's Reeky Racer here with another episode of Farming Simulator 19, and as you can see we are at the shop here, and I have just bought myself a Nova 330 harvester with the Capella Helantheus 5700 head, and this thing here is specially designed to do sunflowers. So this will be the harvester and the head that we use to do our sunflowers with, only because it actually has a better yield out of it compared to a standard corn harvester header, as I will show you here. These ones here, this is it here. It is especially done for sunflower. It only does sunflower, whereas this one here will do everything else, which we are going to have to buy anyway. But I think the only other header you have is the corn header, and all your corn headers will do corn and sunflower, but they won't give you as high a yield as the Helantheus. So you could buy one of these ones, they do both, but when you can do and get more yield out of the specially built ones, we'll go with that. Also, we've got to buy a trailer to put our harvest in, so I am actually going to go this one here, only because it is 14,500 litres, but it's not a front rear steer like this one. This one is just a pain to reverse in. Yes, it is a lot cheaper. It only holds 10,750 litres. This one holds 14,000 litres at $19,000, or you can also go the Strautmann and actually beef it right up to 12,000, and it is only 12,000. So it's up to you which way you go. I prefer this one only because it does have the 14,000 litres. It is a little bit more, but it does have the top on it. And pretty much I think Trelleborg, Lizard, Michelin are the three ways you can go. So we will go Trelleborg, and we will buy that. That's $20,000, as we will need that as well for the harvesting. So as you can see, here is our trailer, the Farm Tech, and here's our lovely big harvester. This is the interior view of the harvester. As you can see, not bad at all. You can see inside the chute as it fills up. Nice big window in the back there. Not bad at all from the outside. As you can see, big giant fan there. They've done really well. I'll actually turn those flashing lights off if I can. No, where's the flashing light button? It's one of these. No, that's the horn. Flashing lights are somewhere. No. Oh, who knows. Anyway, we'll start it up and we will take this back down to the farm. As you can see, the fan's spinning on the side there. It's a decent sized rig. Sounds good. Huge exhaust hanging out the back here. And as you can see, not too wide either, so we should be able to just drive this straight down to the farm. No worries whatsoever. So, as you can see, harvester's in the shed. And I will jump in the tractor and go and get the new trailer. Alright, so we're back at the shop here. Just about to reverse to the trailer here. As you can see, I didn't actually show you inside the tractor earlier on, but it's a very nice interior in this thing. So we'll back up to this. I like how you can actually turn right around without actually having to go into an outside view. And now for some reason the indicators have decided to come on. But yeah, as you can see, interior looks great. Got all your light switches there, your air conditioning, your radio. What else we got? We've got an auxiliary power port there. Bit of a glove compartment, sunglasses compartment. Then you got all your attachments, your PDO attachments here. Then this is all your front loader attachments. As you can see, I don't actually have anything on the front, and I didn't actually put a front loader attachment on, which I can do later, but it does have the PDO shaft, so you can run a PTO. And there's all the back. So they've done really well with the modelling. I'm very happy with the way these models are these days, especially in this one compared to Farming Simulator maybe in 15, 17. It's well over and above. So we'll take this trailer back down the road. As you'll see, the sunflowers aren't actually ready to harvest yet. They will be a while, but I thought that may give me some time to do a couple of the missions just to make a little bit of money, because we are back down to $547,000 after buying this trailer and that harvester. But it is necessary equipment to buy. We are also going to need a sprayer of some sort, and so I will probably look at that as just a little tractor mounted sprayer. Because we only have the small fields, we don't need anything overly large. I'm sure we're going to have to look at a lime spreader as well, but that's all down the track. For the moment, we've got these 3 little paddocks. I'll probably look at buying the one across the road, that paddock 19 as well, just because it is near our farm. May as well grab all the farms in this immediate area. We'll actually park this trailer out the side here. We've got a bit of a dip there. Might have to fix that at some stage. Bring the trailer to about there. Unload. Drive him forward. Go and park the tractor back up. Being that he doesn't need to be out, put him in the subsoiler compartment. That will do him. Turn him off. We'll jump out. Yeah, so as you can see, we have this paddock here, which was the cotton paddock, that has now got soybeans in it. It's 100% fertilized because I did turn the cotton back into the soil with the subsoiler. This paddock here needs ploughing and it needs lime. It has canola on it. It's only got 50% fertilizer, so it could actually do with a fertilize. And we also have sunflowers growing, and it's 50% fertilized. Problem being now, I don't have care tires on a tractor. I should have probably looked at that when I bought this tractor, but maybe as a fertilizer tractor I can buy a T5, as we are going to need a second tractor at some stage. Or do we look at a Fendt 500? Because the Fendt 500s are a little bit cheaper, and you can get them up to 150 horsepower. No, I don't know. Or do we go the New Holland T5? What do they get up to? Oh, see, I only get 117 horsepower out of them for 92, so we might go the Fendt favourite. We'll go the 150 horse. We will put narrow tyres. So we've got the little narrows going on there. We may put the front loader attachment on this one, I think. So it will cost us $96,000, but it's decked out with a front loader attachment and the narrow tyres. So we need fertilizing gear. So we will go into crop protection. These are your crop sprayers here. Now this one here does 21 meters wide. It's plenty big enough for what we need. I'm pretty sure our little tractor can handle it, as that's 36 meters wide. I think that's 24 and that's 36, so for the $30,000 that you're paying, and it goes pesticide and herbicide. So we may as well take that and buy that as well. Now we are going to also need placeables. I do have in my possession a liquid fertilizer herbicide station. They're $5,000 each, so I think it's just going to be well worth the time and money to actually put these in. Now I think we go here somewhere. So we've got a herbicide there. We need a liquid fertilizer station as well, and we will put that one. Is that going to be in line? That will be in line there. So there we go. So we go out of that, and we might just do a little bit of landscaping here, and we'll go into paint, and we'll go into ground texture. We might just... No, that's not the type of ground texture I was looking for. We want the dark. Is that the ground texture we want? Yes, it is. So we might just bring that all the way across, being that, oh, just so it neatens the yard up a little. Bring it out to the road there, bring it to there, bring it to there, and get rid of that grass in there and that grass there. So we should be pretty much, oh no, around the front here. So we'll do a little bit more there and a little bit more there. I might actually change to change the type of radius so we can sort of, no, that's not the ground type I am looking for. No, 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 no. Yes. Okay, we found the ground texture I'm looking for. It's not really how I wanted it. I wanted it sort of shape, change shape. Okay, so can we find that dark texture again? I don't know what it is. Is it that one? Yes, it is. So we'll just fix that up there. And there we go. And just gotta fix that little line up. There, that'll do. Took some of it back out, but that's alright. So we'll get out of that, and as you can see, I have the two big silos sitting here now that we can use, and they are mods. I can put a link in the description if you would like them. They cost $5,000 each to put down, and as long as you own that land, you can put them down, and they work really well, and they just charge you for the literage that you use. So I'll go back up here, grab this fertilizer sprayer and come back down, fill it up, and give you a bit of a run through on the fertilization. Actually, so here we are, little Fent favourite. I'll hook up the fertilizer pod to it. And there you go, beautiful. Not sure whether this is going to need a weight on it. We might just grab a counterweight, just a small counterweight, while we're going, just so that we do have a weight sitting down there. You only really need a 650 kilo weight. And we'll go the Fent Classic, just so that it matches the tractor. And back. And back. Pick up the weight for the front. There we go. So our little fence has its weight, and as you can see inside, not as appointed as the New Hollands, but still not a bad tractor. Very noise cancelling inside. Bit of a digital dash there, so not bad there either, I suppose. Got the air ride seat like the other tractor does, so. But as you can see, with that front counterweight, the front end stays down nicely, so it should stay down really well with 1,000 litres of 1,000 litres of fertiliser in it. Should handle pretty good. As you can see, we're doing 53 kilometres an hour, and this is actually a smaller model than the one we already have. This is actually a 5 series comparable to the 6 series. But with the narrow tyres, we need it just for the fertilisation and the weeding when it comes time. Alright, so we're coming up to our station here, so we'll just pull up in front of the fertiliser. And we should be able to fill up. No. Okay, we'll go around the other side. It's going to make a liar of me. I know there is a fill point because I have used them before. There we go. You just got to find out what side the fill point is, but there you go, $780 of other. So it does charge you the proper rates, but it's just handy not having to have all those pallets at the shop all the time. You can just have the big container and off you go. So here we go. Big machine's gonna fold itself out, and being that it is 21 meters, we should be able to do 2 swipes of this paddock, I would say. We'll zoom right out there. Alright, and let's go. Oh, not quite wide enough there, but that's alright. We'll get back on track, and I'll turn that help menu off because that's just going to be in everyone's way. So as you can see, with the care tyres, it won't wither your plants that are growing. If I was to actually have taken, oh, we're going to get stuck here. I might have to lift. Yep. If I was to have actually bought that New Holland in, it would have pretty much crushed every plant that I drove down whatever row I'm driving down now. Whereas the care tyres don't seem to bother it, which is great. I think the communal tyres are the same. I'm not really sure how they work because they're real wide fat tyres, so I'm not really sure how that works, but they only have like a car tread pattern on them, so I'm not sure if they do the same thing. Being that we did miss this last little row, we're going to have to go again. But as you can see, this little tractor's doing 12 kilometers an hour, so it's fairly respectable. And this field will now be 100% fertilised, which should give us a great yield, even though it is a tiny little paddock. I will probably eventually turn all 3 of these paddocks into one L shape. We will just see how it all goes. Because from what I've seen, you're better off having more crop on the bigger fields, because these little fields, they just don't pay out, and it's not really worth it. It takes too long to build up a good stockpile for when you have great demands, because realistically that's what, oh, gonna get stuck. That's what you want to keep all your seed for, is when the great demands come on. So as you can see, driving up the paddock here, oh, my indicator, cruising through all the sunflowers, and as you can see behind us, they're all just popping straight back up. So there's no damage to any of them, even though they are tall. It is all good. So we should be able to do one more pass, I would say, and this should get done. So that's the fertilising stage of the sunflower and the canola up the back there done. As I said before, because I mashed in the cotton, it's 100% fertilised because you've already put a plant back into the ground. But all three of those paddocks will all be fertilised now. Didn't take that much to do. So what we'll do is park this over here. We'll throw this one in the end shed here. So we are filling our little shed up. I just didn't see the point in buying a big giant shed to start with, being that it's a lot of money. Oh, we don't want that one. We want the back. So yeah, as you can see, that's all done. We go to our map. We can see our growth stage is on the last growth stage there. Second to last, that's only brand new growing, so that's first stage. So it's got a few more to go. Everything's fertilized. This needs ploughing and weeding, as far as I'm aware. Needs ploughing and liming, sorry. So we will cover that on one of the later episodes after we have harvested that one. But for now, we might check out to see what contracts are around. We have a $7,000 job here. Harvest the barley in field 12. Field 12 from memory is this giant one. No, thank you. We also have field number 3. Harvest the oats in field number 3. And take the product to the restaurant. Use your equipment or your own equipment or lease equipment for a reward reduced by X amount of dollars. Now, field 3, I think, is a big field as well from memory. It's way over there. And I think our only other options, we've got field 21 to harvest, which is 21. Well, that's not too bad. We could probably harvest that one. So we might take that one. It's paying $1,647. We can use our own gear and go from there, because we have to send the product to the restaurant. And we can always just go and grab a harvester head, because we need to buy one anyway, and we can use all our own gear. So I'll run up to the shop, grab this harvester head, and I'll be over on the field doing the contract.